When you set your goals, typically the thing you're trying to do is better your life in some way. But when it comes to measuring or attaining those goals, something that's super important to do is figure out where you're starting and figure out where you want to go. For that starting point in particular, today we're looking at one of the key tools that a lot of bullet journalers use when it comes to their goal setting process, and that is the Level 10 Life. The idea is talked about in the book The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and is a term used to describe your best life. In the book he says, "If we are measuring success, satisfaction, and fulfillment in any area of our lives on a scale of 1 to 10, we all want a level 10, right? I've never met anyone who said, nah, I just want level 7 health. I don't want to be too healthy or have too much energy. Or, I'm really okay with a level 5 relationship. I like fighting with my significant other, enjoy not having my needs met, and don't want us to be too happy." He then uses this to talk about his essential elements for a morning routine, so effectively putting his personal development time in the morning to be more energized, focused, and motivated throughout the day so that he can strive towards that level 10 life. We aren't here to talk about morning routines. In fact, mornings in general are kind of just not my thing. But what we want to look at is how we can use the Level 10 Life idea in our journals to help us achieve our goals. When used initially, a Level 10 Life spread can show you a snapshot of how life is going in the key areas of your life, but when used repeatedly, you can track your personal growth. This idea of life areas is pretty important to the system. Rather than just giving your life in general a score out of 10, which probably won't be so helpful and might be kind of hard to actually assign because life is kind of complicated, there's a lot of things going on. What we do instead is take each of the different aspects of our life and score those out of 10. The categories that Hal talks about in his book are friends and family, personal development, spirituality, finances, career, romance, fun and recreation, giving and contribution, physical environment, and health and fitness. But we're all individuals, and some of those categories might not actually relate to your situation, so switch them out for ones that are actually relevant to you. Note that you also don't have to have 10 life areas either. My categories are physical health, mental health, personal development, home environment, finances, career, partner, social, and family. Although Hal uses the term Level 10 Life to represent your best life ever, when most people in the bullet journaling community talk about a Level 10 Life layout, it's normally just a place where they've done that scoring out of 10 for their life areas. This can give you a really good snapshot of how your life is going and make you more informed when it comes to setting your goals. For instance, which of your life areas needs the most attention? That would be your physical health, Jess. Most people use a fairly arbitrary scoring system, of 0 being the worst possible scenario and 10 being the best. But what could be helpful for you would be to assign a bit more meaning to some of the other numbers in the scale. This can not only 1, help you assign rankings that are actually done fairly, and 2, decipher your old rankings for previous versions of your scoring. Just gives you a bit more certainty about the meaning of those numbers. For instance, does a 5 on your scale mean like highly mediocre, or is a 5 more like you're quite content with that area? Outside of just the scoring of your life areas, people also like to expand on their Level 10 Life spread to further assist in their goal setting. Some examples of this include setting targets for how they would like their scores to improve in the different life areas over a set amount of time, setting specific goals and metrics to help them level up in life areas that they have scored lower in, or comparisons of previous Level 10 life ratings to their current one. As we said before, use it once and it's a snapshot, use it repeatedly and it tracks your personal growth. For example, here I'm filling in my rankings as part of my Level 10 Life layout. I've got the numbers 1 to 10 along the top of the grid, which relate to the rankings, and then I just fill in as many boxes as needed to represent my score in each of the life areas. I also like to put in a signifier to show what score I gave each area last time I completed the Level 10 Life spread, just as a way to see if I'm tracking in the right direction. So are my scores increasing, as I want them to be, or am I going backwards? At the bottom of the page, I also have a mini actions space. This is where I can outline 1 to 3 things that I can do for each of those different areas, just to help improve my score by the next time I do a Level 10 Life scoring. Typically, I like to do my scoring roughly every 3 to 6 months, or essentially with every new bullet journal I set up. In terms of the actionable things that you can do from what we've talked about in this video, one would be deciding on the different areas of your life. Start with a brainstorm, take a look back at the ones that I use or the ones suggested by Hal Elrod, but make sure that they're areas that actually relate to your life or your situation. Two would be to define your scoring system. So we know that 0 is the worst possible scenario and 10 is the best, but what does a 5 look like for you? What does a 3 or a 7 mean? The third thing is to pick your level 10 life setup. This can be as simple or as decorative as you want, and some examples are the ones we have here, where we have the categories down the side, the rankings along the top, and the little stars represent the last time you did the ranking. More of a list view, so we still have the categories down the side, but with some space between each of them so that you can do some journaling or some reflection about why you gave them the ranking that you did. On this one, the gold dots are the ranking I gave, and the circles represent what I gave last time I did the ranking. This one here, where we again have the categories and their rankings, but the change in the ranking compared to last time I ranked it is written on the side here, and down the bottom we have my focus areas. This circular style, where each segment of the circle represents a different life area, and the distance that the coloured section comes out from the middle represents the ranking, so bigger section, better ranking. And a similar style again, but this one's done as a square rather than a circle. So larger space means better ranking, and the dotted line in each case represents the ranking that I would have given the category last time I did this. If you want to do that circular one in particular, I do have a printable linked in the description box, which might be helpful. And then the fourth action is to actually give yourself those rankings out of 10. Depending on the layout you've picked out, you may then want to set yourself some mini actions or some goals to help you improve in those different life areas. But the essential purpose of the level 10 life layout is to give you that starting information about how life is going right now. I am super keen to see any of the level 10 life layouts that you guys set up. I'm always on the hunt for more inspiration, so feel free to tag me in any of your social media posts, or you can share them on our Facebook group, which is also linked in the description box. If you are looking for more goal-related content though, be sure to check out the playlist that I have on the screen here. But otherwise team, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye!